Good morning. Most workdays I try and wake up around 8 a.m. or so, but honestly, I'm just not a morning person and love staying bundled up in my burrito form for as long as possible. I usually do a bit of catching up on my phone before I eventually get out of bed to get ready for the day. I usually like to put on the Robinhood Snacks podcast in the morning to get caught up with the day's financial news. And am I the only one who sometimes wants to fall asleep again even when brushing their teeth? Usually once I start my skincare routine though, I'm fully awake. And let me know if you want an in-depth morning skincare routine. Fit check, our look of the day, and pretty much every day is lumpy but cozy and still a little matchy. In case you couldn't tell from the lack of makeup and comfy clothes, I usually don't bother looking super presentable since most of my meetings are typically off camera anyway. I also don't eat breakfast in the mornings, and I've been like this since before I knew what intermittent fasting was. For me, it was called laziness, but yes, I start off usually with a cup of water and then I like to read my daily devotional. Afterwards, I like to write out my to-dos for the day that are not work-related so I know what needs to get done once I'm off, and then I get started with my actual work. I'm a product manager, and typically the mornings are pretty busy for me. Once it's around noon, I am ravenous and ready to whip something up for lunch. So unfortunately, I don't usually have enough time to make anything super complex or fancy for lunch. And today I am just making some teriyaki chicken with green beans and rice. Not exactly the most aesthetic meal of choice, especially the marinating part, but it was delicious, and I also watched a quick episode of my favorite anime, My Hero Academia, while eating. I've also been trying to improve my terrible spice tolerance, and I had some spicy Korean rice cakes that I buried in cheese to make less painful. Still very delicious though. Not gonna lie, I was having a bit of a rough time after lunch this day when I got some disappointing news and had a little cry session. I see the memes about blocking out times on your calendar to cry, and even though that's not the case for me most of the time, honestly, if you're feeling upset or need to cry, then you should just let it out. There's no need to feel silly about it, and trust me, you will feel better. I've been feeling pretty stressed from a lot of different things, and just in general, I felt that I need to let out my emotions a little more often. That said, the reality is that I had a meeting literally right afterwards, so I had to sort of snap out of it and then got right back to work, but honestly, I felt a lot better and just more calm. So I have now reached that mid-afternoon slump that inevitably gets me after lunch. I am very prone to food comas, and you know, when it's sunny and I'm wearing warm clothes like these, it's very hard not to fall prey to that and get all sleepy. So I've actually been trying to incorporate some midday skincare into my routine to kind of get me a little bit refreshed when that feeling starts to hit me. And so some things I've been using recently to help with that are actually facial sprays. So I've actually never been huge on facial sprays just because I feel like most of the ones I've tried in the past have like a very aggressive nozzle, and I've just had some pretty bad experiences. However, the ones I've been trying recently are from WFH, which is a Korean skincare brand. They're clean and they're cruelty-free, and the ones that I've been trying from them are their spray serums. So basically they're just facial sprays, but they're sort of like serum infused, and their key ingredient for most of their skincare products are actually white truffle that's sourced from Italy. So definitely a little bougie, you know, whenever I hear truffle, I just think of actually like expensive pastas that cost like $100 or something when they shave truffle scraps or whatever on top. But no, this is truffle and skincare, and it's actually still fairly affordable. Actually, right now, Daba Piedmont is actually running a promotion on their Amazon. So they're actually doing buy one, get one. And also, I think you might even be able to get an extra one if you write a product review. And they actually have a few different types to choose from. So with a promotion, you'd be able to kind of test out a few different ones and see what you like at a cheaper price. So definitely look into that if you're interested, and I'll leave it down below. But I have two that I've been trying, and the first one I've been using is the First Spray Serum, and this one is their white truffle, like sort of all around serum spray. This one is especially good for if you have dry skin and are looking for some like deep hydration, and also if you're looking to have like a dewy glow to your skin. This one is really good for that. It's packed with a lot of antioxidants and vitamin C, which is especially good for like anti-aging. So I really like this one, and I typically use this one mostly in the morning and nighttime. But the one that I've been using for my midday skincare to kind of wake me up as the food coma destroys me is their Vital Rose Spray. And this one, as the name would suggest, is formulated with like rose oil and cherry blossom oil, both of which are really good for like soothing the skin. And this one also is infused with white truffle, but it's suitable for sensitive skin, and if you have like tired skin, I think this will do a really great job at waking it up. So all I do is just shake it up and then move my hair out of my face, and then I'll just spritz it all over. Ooh, okay. It's hard to not go overboard, but just like that, I feel refreshed. But yeah, so if anyone is interested in these sprays, I'll link them down below. But like I said, if you are someone like myself who suffers from a lot of food coma and tiredness in the afternoon, I think it's actually really nice to just like have a spray to kind of wake you up. So I'll leave them down below in the description box if you want to check them out. Some other like midday afternoon skincare I like to do is actually reapply sunscreen. I know this is something that everyone says to do, but I feel like it's actually kind of hard to remember to do so and just a little bit inconvenient. So recently I actually bought a sunscreen stick. This one is from Abib, and it's their quick Sunstick protection bar, and this one is SPF 50 PA+++++, so that's a lot of pluses. And it's super simple. It's just like a really small compact little sunscreen bar, and yeah, you can just kind of twist it up, and it honestly just reminds me of like a skinny glue stick, but it's really convenient because it's super easy to just like kind of swipe over your skin on top of where you might have already applied sunscreen. I like to also use it on the back of my hands and my neck because those are other areas that I feel like are often neglected but get a lot of sun exposure. So this kind of helps make it a little bit easier, and it doesn't feel gross or anything. The one thing to keep in mind is just that make sure you wipe off the top after you use it every single time, because that's not really the most hygienic if you leave it like unwiped. So I already wiped it off with a clean tissue, but what I do is pretty much just swipe right over my face. But yeah, it's just a super easy way to like make sure that you're still reapplying your sunscreen. So I like to keep this on my desk. But yes, that concludes my little mid-afternoon like skincare session. So face spray and then sunscreen. I feel like that actually just kind of makes me feel a little bit better as I start to like kind of wrap up the workday. was able to get off of work at a pretty normal time that day, and I actually went out afterwards to go pick up this new desk chair that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace. I am literally always fiending for the best deals on there, and I always say this, if I had a pickup truck, I would be unstoppable. Afterwards, I still wanted to get some more air though, since I'm stuck inside for most of the day, and I went to a nearby neighborhood to do some longboarding. Honestly, I'm not that great at it, but it's still a lot of fun, and it feels super liberating after a long day of work. Hope you guys enjoyed the look into my day and are staying safe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!